Okay, another stream, another day, another stream. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I think I'm gonna adjust my expectations for this stream a little bit. And instead of really trying to hunker down and go into the depths of the mathematics of my CAD library, I'm gonna instead just kind of poke around with some animation stuff that I want to get done anyway. Just kind of take it a little easier on the brain today. And sometimes when I do that, it turns out I can get into a good workflow anyway, so we'll see how that goes. But probably gonna take it a little easy today. Actually, I'm gonna get the sun out of my eyes for a second. Alright, there we go. Well, may as well get into it. There is one thing that came to my mind before I started this up. See if we have a REPL open here. Okay, so we do have the Forge REPL. There's one thing, I was a little stuck on Polygon, or pardon me, on line intersections. I have a few functions that do calculate where did they go? 2D algorithms, Polygon intersection. I have this function here, line intersection, which calculates the intersecting point for two sets of points. So if I do line intersection of this first line being 0, 0, 1, 1, and this second line being 1, 0, 0, 1, it gives me half half, which works nicely. But the issue with this is it also gives me intersecting points even if the segments, even if the intersection point is not within the line segments. And I didn't want to implement the line segment intersection, and I still kind of don't. But I remembered that I do have, I think, at least something that should theoretically work, is this onLine function here, or predicate you could say, that I could use to kind of set the bounds of an infinite line check that'll return nil or false or whatever if there is no intersection point. So I could maybe kind of use those together to make something. So I'm going to see if I can get that working for a moment. But first, let me just confirm to myself that I am thinking correctly about this. If I do 0, 5, 5, 4, 6, 0, 8, 10, it does return a point intersection, but that's not on any of the lines, or it shouldn't be anyway. So if I do that, if I do onLine, this point, if I check if it's on the line, this should be false. Null. That's a shame. Okay, I have to figure that out. What if I do the other point? it might be expecting a boundary rep function. I have to check the implementation, but that's okay. I can figure that out. I think that should be okay. Should be manageable. Let's see here. Oh, it could also be it could be, I don't think this is it, but it's worth a shot. Oops. Casting it to float to confirm. Yeah, that's not it. So let's see. Online. Let's do 0, 0, 0. Or no, let's do 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and 0, 0, 0. 1, 1, 1. True. Okay, so that works. Why then does the other thing not work? Well, let's check. Maybe they have to be 3D. I can't remember, and I'm a little lazy. Don't want to directly read the implementation until I understand what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think the problem is that it needs a Z value, which means I really should change the online implementation. Or, well, yeah, I should have it so that it does tack the Z on there. But for the time being, I do want to see if my thinking is correct. So this should be null, but if instead I add zeros to these so that it's in the correct shape, I should expect this to return false. Collections must be the same size. Well, let's see here. Just keep messing around with this. Oh man. Yeah, not sure why I didn't sleep so well last night. Must be feeling a little anxious and just affects your mood a little bit, you know? So, oh, wait a second. This, okay, I have to add the, okay, we're on the right track here. We're getting closer to what I need. Here, I don't need to add zeros here because it just chops them off anyway. It just ignores Z altogether. So I instead need to I forget if this is correct. Oh. Boy. Let's do this. Conj onto this 0. Yes, okay, that's what I want. Okay, let's get rid of these extra zeros here. Okay, there we go. We've got a point in 3D space that we can use to compare against another line in 3D space. Almost. We almost had it. Oh, right. I'm doing it wrong. Still, online. I'm just confusing myself, unfortunately. Okay. This point, is it on the line 0, 5, 0 and 5, 4, 0? I expect this to actually return false. Okay, that's good so far. And it should also return false on the other set of points that make up the other line that I'm testing. So 6, 0, 0, and 8, 10, 0 should also be false. Ooh, why is it true? Oh, I guess that does actually make sense. I'm being silly. How can I show this? Maybe I can code up a little SVG example here. That might be worthwhile. Okay, but so this function, at least for getting something kind of working, will help me out here. So I could also make things just a smidge easier by tacking that 0 on there. Yeah, so this doesn't hold any checks for if lines are parallel, then that means things about the determinants and stuff like that. Like you can end up with divide by 0 because the determinant can be 0 when the lines are exactly parallel or perpendicular, one or the other. I think parallel. Anyway, the math aside, there are situations that arise where the geometry, like if they're parallel, they will not have an intersection no matter what, right? And in that case, this function will fail with the divide by 0 somehow. So I have to put a guard around that basically. I just haven't yet. And it's probably wise to do it. But instead, I'm gonna try to get the basis of this function working. Line segment intersection, right? So it can return, why did it do that? That's not correct. Oh, this is you know, sometimes I don't like how the indent ends up working. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Okay, line segment intersection will take two line, or a set of 4 points basically, but it's got to be A, B, C, D, like that. And so the other thing, no, that's good for now. I'm wondering if I should make this take in a boundary rep function, so a parametric line, not just sets of points. But sets of points is kind of easy to work with for now, and I think that makes sense. It isn't that hard to switch it to taking in parametric functions anyway. And in fact, there might be some need for it to generalize instead of just line segments. You might want to generalize if you know you've got a curve of arbitrary shape on the same plane as another. You might want to make a solver to generalize finding an intersection, and there might be clever ways to do that using this, but that's a whole other ball game. Probably needs like probably needs iterative solvers or something like that, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I also have to answer this for a second. Okay, back to the action. All right. Tired brain is tired today. Having a hard time focusing. Sometimes that's just the way it goes, you know? If anyone's out there watching, appreciate that. Feel free to chime in the chat with questions. We're talking about projects you're working on, anything like that. I do enjoy chat, even if I can't give answers to questions or I don't know what I'm talking about. It's still fun to engage, so don't be shy. It's totally cool. I'm into it. And no pressure either way, you know? I'm also pretty comfortable just kind of talking to myself as I write programs. Surprisingly, I'm okay with that too, so it's all whatever, you know? Okay. Basically, for a line segment intersection, all I should really have to do is run, I make a let here and do point, but I want to let point be equal to the line intersection result of where I passed in A, B, C, D, like that. So that should give me a point, and what I need to test is the AND condition that it's on both lines, because it can be on one line but not the other, meaning they're not intersecting. So it must be on both. So all I need to do is create an yeah, so I'll just do it like this. I can just do if and then make this predicate here and well, I can actually just do when, because I want to return nil otherwise. So the function will return nil if this predicate's not true. I don't need to write any if statement. I don't need to write two clauses. It'll just implicitly return nil if it's not true. I think that makes sense. I think that's right, but we'll find out. We'll test it out. Excuse me. So what I need here is and on line wondering if the signature of these is kind of annoying. I mean, it is a little bit. I mean, it's not so bad. Well, we'll just do this. So when on line point, and the line is AB, and on line point CD, when that is true, oh, let's see. I'm not sure that this is the right, if this is particularly idiomatic, but we'll see. So here, this line, oh, I also, since I'm cheating this function a little bit, what I need to do, what I can do now is just have a look at this function here. So this is the intersection if I don't check for, if I don't use the segment function. line segment intersection should be nil. Interesting. Wrong number of arguments. What did I do? I do believe this is incorrect. It has to look like this, and that should fix that. Nil. Okay. And now let's run it on something I do know intersects, and that is a nice easy one. Zero, 1, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1, 1. Collections must be the same size. What did I do this time? Did I forget this situation? What am I doing wrong today? There we go. Okay, so that's true. Now what happens if I do is something that... Okay, so let's start this line segment on 0, 0, and we'll go to 1, 0, but we'll start this one on 1, 0, and go to 1, 1. So they intersect infinitely, so they have an intersection point. Oh, of course, I don't actually want it to return true, I want it to return the point as well, so that's a little goofy of me. So let's test this one then. 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, half, half, 0, perfect, that makes sense. And then this one here, oh, I just accidentally defined the function again, that's all. I mean, not the end of the world, but let's just double check that I'm thinking about it right. So let's start this point on 0, 0, go to 1, 0, and we'll start this one on 1, 0, and go to 1, 1. So we should expect the intersection point to be 1, 0, which is exactly what I see. But let's also do the crazy situation where, let's just do a diagonal. Starts at 1, 1, and goes to 2, 2. I think this might break. Yeah, we get divided by 0 because it is parallel. So that's no fun. I suppose what I can do is here if I do this, let's copy this just to make sure I'm thinking about this in a correct way here. Okay, line intersection 2. Let's comment away these for now, because I'm pretty sure this div value is what turns to 0 when they're parallel. So that's just what I want to look at. Let's return that. So if we do intersection 2 of two lines, gets a little confusing with all the nested vectors like that, but it's not so bad. 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 2, 0. So these are parallel. Right, so this div has turned to 0, right, which is nice. The determinant of xdiff ydiff is exactly 0. If I perturb, if I move one of these slightly, let's say this becomes 1.1, they're now not parallel anymore, so you actually get a value here. So I could actually, what I can do is basically turn this into a when I'm a little concerned that my determinant could be for float values technically 0, but it won't register as 0, and it'll give me a really weird answer. So I am gonna test, see what happens when I do this. I have a lot of problems baked into how I'm doing things. Yeah, okay, so that's 0.0. Nearly. See, this nearly function doesn't work properly either. Right, because I could have, and that's not true, but I kind of need it to be true. Yeah, so this is broken. I think I checked that yesterday anyway. Oh, I might have to do no, what do I have to do? Checking around 0 is different than checking if two numbers are nearly equal to one another. So that's the problem I'm having right now. I know there's a technique for that, I just haven't figured it out yet. I could maybe cheat and do something like, if I do, let's say, the value, let's imagine it's 0.0001 plus 100, compare it to 100, that becomes true. That's a hack for a bad system, but is that okay? At what point does this become false is my question now. Because there's a point very quickly where I don't want that either. So do I like that? I'm not sure that I like that. Okay, so that's not nearly the same. This is not nearly the same. Yeah, this is all over the place. This is unintuitive and not good. So I shall when float div equals 0, 0. Let's do the bad. Let's do this, but when 100 plus the div is nearly equal to 100, when that's true, oh, I don't need this equals anymore. It's a different predicate now. Okay, so that's the predicate that I'm going to assume is good for the time being with big note here, hack, fix nearly. There. Oops, not what I meant. Turn that one off. Yeah, so that's the same, or that's not the same. It's related to, no, there's a lot of work to do. So much work to do. But that's totally okay. Add this to my little research list here. Proper float comparison methods or smart alternatives. Like, I do wonder if there's actually, so there's almost certainly like a proper sort of approach to numerical precision issues when it comes to solvers and things like that, and I should really search that out, see if there's a worthwhile implementation in Clojure and ClojureScript, and if not, figure out a viable minimal implementation that I can create. I think nearly is a good solution if I can make sure I get it working right. That's where I really need a ton of case tests and stuff like that. That's actually a perfect candidate for unit tests. Okay, so that's fine. Let's assume, for sake of getting this function kind of sketched out, that this will work. It won't, but let's assume for now. Oh, also, if I just do 100 plus, let's say, let's assume this, it does, so I don't need to even do this. I can just coerce this div into that guaranteed. So a div plus 100, if it's nearly equal to 100, we're going to assume, no, see, let's do 10, but it's not going to work either. Okay, for sake of getting this function done, let's see if I can make that work. So when that is true, when let bindings and body. How does a when let work? Because that's what I want for this. Let's see how this looks. I don't understand how to write it yet, so. Okay, when let this is not, I don't think this is what I think it is. I'm just going to do this because I don't understand exactly what I'm meant to do there. When nearly let these exist. Oop, let's clean that up. Okay. And then the result is x, y, 0. If this works, or if this at least doesn't give me divide by 0 issues, then I'm on the right track. Okay. No dice. Okay. So the idea works, it's just that this nearly check doesn't. So, yeah, problem. But let's try this thing one more time like this. Yeah, still divide by 0. Okay. Wait a second. I'm confused as to why this doesn't work. Wait a second, did I invert the intention of this? Wait, what happened? Okay, so when that's true, when it is nearly 0, this is wrong. This has to be not, right? But why did that other call work then? Unless I'm misunderstanding myself here. When not, now what? What did I do now? Boy, I'm all over the place today. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Now that's nil. Because they're parallel, exactly as I would hopefully expect. Let's try it again without floats. This should also be nil. Okay, we're kind of on the right track. We're getting close. So that does mean, so basically here I have the ability, if line intersection returns nil, that means the lines are parallel. Otherwise it will return some point. Then I need to check that the point determined is within the segments for this here. So using that logic, this should work now. So let me quote unquote deprecate this and just put a big note to myself here. I'll put it in this section here. Huge note, the nearly function needs serious fixing or serious checking. It will be necessary to work very well when because I need close enough predicates often when working with geometry. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, so I think theoretically now I can create using the idea of line segment intersection, I can make a naive polygon intersection where I have points A polygon A, polygon B, sure. So with that, how do I want to do this? I want to generate two lists of lines, and then for each line compare or check if it intersects with any line from the other list. And I only have to do it one way to confirm all of the checks. I believe that makes sense. And that'll return lists of nils, and I can filter out all the nils, and then I should get a set of points on which there's intersection. So I'm going to set up for myself, well, I'm going to see if that makes sense. I'm going to try create this, and it's naive because it's just going to kind of brute force its way through everything. So if I do let's first do the easy thing, which is points A lines A is what I meant. Names are a little frustrating. I don't want to be so long, right? But it's a little more readable. So lines A is just the partition 2, 1 of, so partition into groups of 2 with a step size of 1, right? Of the, I have a close polygon function, right? Close path works on a path, where a path is a set of points, right? Or a set of just effectively just a list, right? Let me just double check that. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Yes. Okay, so I can just do close path PGA. That'll work. Then lines B is the same approach. Okay. I could merge this into a one-liner, right, with a map, but that's not a big deal. So it's reasonably readable as is. Okay. So now, given those lines, I can do let's build it up one little piece at a time. So if I do for line A in lines A, take every line B to be lines B, right? So that will, for every line in A, it'll check against every line in B, so it'll get all the checks I need. What I do need to happen is to do line segment intersection of all of those. So line segment intersection LA, LB, and that's that's it. So this should, if it works and if I'm thinking correctly, this for loop should effectively return a long list of mostly nil and 2 points for a normal polygon intersection scenario. This should theoretically work with concave polygons as well. I'll have to come up with some paths to test all these things. But first, I'm going to just come up with a really simple case. So I'm going to just have two overlapping squares where I will know the exact intersection points already. So we'll start at 0, 0, we'll go to 10, 0, 10, 10, and 0, 10 there. So, and then we'll do it half offset, like that. I realize you can't see this, but I'll briefly show my rough sketch here. 5, 5, 15, 5, 15, 15, and 5, 15. Very simple. So then the intersection points will be 10, 5, and 5, 10. All I drew was just those. It's just two squares kind of overlapping at their center points. Very simple, basic test case that I'm gonna try to run. So let's do def square 1 is this list zero, 0, 0, 10, 0, 0, 10, 10, 0, 0, 10, 0. Def S2 5, 5, 15, 5, 15, 15, 5, 15. Oh, and 0 on the Z. Because I need it to be that way. Now, let's try to run this. Well, okay, can't even compile it yet. PBG is PGB. There we go. All right, let's give that a try. Let's do naive polygon intersection of S1 and S2. Got a divide by 0 problem, and I shouldn't be too surprised by that because a lot of these lines are actually parallel with one another. What I am surprised by, oh, you know what probably is the case, is this might work now. Okay, it's a different error though, which is a good thing. Okay, so what is going wrong now? Let's have a look at that. Okay. Pretty sure. Okay. Really keen on this working, but it hasn't yet. That's okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should kind of keep following my nose until I have something at least kind of working. Let's take that as an example. Okay, what's wrong now? What's going on here? I'm missing something. What's wrong? Huh. Confusion. Oops. Okay. That's a line. This is a line. All nearly. Collections must be the same size. Yes, I don't doubt that. Now, why? Where am I going with this? What's going on here? Okay. I have this function, line intersection. Why is all nearly being called anyway? What's happening with that? Is this building? Okay, that's compiled, right? Line segment intersection, this. Okay. Okay, this on-line function here is not helping me. This is a poorly written function as well. If I perturb one of these ever so slightly, does that like... No. Maybe there is a problem with the destructuring here. Although I don't think that's the case. Let's just go right here for a moment and just print out A, LA, LA, LB, LB. Let's just return that and see what that looks like. Okay, so it does look as if we have proper line segments being passed into the function, which is good. Okay. Let's check. Oh, you know, it might be when point, maybe this will fix the issue. It might be that point is returning as nil and then being passed into the online function, which does not accept a nil value. That might be what's going on here. So let's give that a shot. I think that might be what's happening. Oh, sweet. I was right. And the points that are not nil are what I predicted. They are 10, 5, and 5, 10. Okay, this is fantastic. Okay, so what I need to do is actually just run a filter over this for list here. That's it. So if I just do Is there a more elegant approach to a for loop? Like, no, see, I was gonna say if I could run the check lazy, right, and just terminate when I've found the intersection points, but there's no way to know if I've found every single intersection without checking everything. So laziness doesn't really matter in this case. I have to check them all. So a for loop works just fine. And then a filter is nice and simple if I just filter out all the nils there. Probably there is a way to sort of make this more efficient, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I need most of my library to actually be feature complete before I really start finding the bottlenecks anyway. I assume a lot of the bottlenecks are going to be around my sort of naive approaches, but a naive approach that works is better than one that doesn't. So it's a great starting point because I can at least still check and test kind of usability even if it's slower. So that's my justification. Filter, what's the filter? Not nil? I forget. Nil? I know nil is but is there an inverted one of that? Without me writing complement, it doesn't matter. Filter, complement, nil. This thing. Of course, I do need a proper there. Let's try that. So now running this, perfect. We have the 2 points of intersection. That's great. I have some other naive tests I have to do, but I'm going to go to the washroom first for a minute. So I will be right back. I won't be long. Okay, so now that I have a naive polygon intersection set up, I want to still run one more test with that, at least for now. Well, actually I should run two. I can I'm just gonna make let's def S3 shape 3 basically, and that's going to be 4 points as well, and those points are going to start at you're going to start at 10, 10. You're going to go to 20, 10, 20, 20. Oh, and the zeros. And then they're going to go finish off at 10, 20. Okay. So this one, if I do a naive polygon intersection check, oh, that's not what I need. I need this. So if I do S1 with S3, there should be a single point. It might report it twice though. It does. So I have to filter and make unique. So I could do this into set and then into vector and that, or into list. Oops. Yeah, like that, to get it to be the same approach here, or the same structure, because I don't really need it to be in a set. So I think I might do that. It looks a little strange though. That's the only thing. But I also realized I'm gonna rewrite this a little bit. I'm going to do let S be this for loop here. Is that sequence basically. So that's the new let, and then I can thread last S through filter, just so it's maybe the readability improves a little bit. In my opinion, that seems to work okay. So you run it through the filter, and then you do into set, and then you just do apply list. Yeah, do I want to do that? If I do this instead of apply list, if I just do vec, will that work? Let's see. It will. So I'll just do this instead. I'll just end that with vec. So that's the transformation. That should kind of clean it up a little bit. So let's just run this again. Okay, good. So let's check again with S1, S2. Nice. Let's check S2, S3. Actually, S2, S1 should return the same points. It does. That's perfect. So it's, what's that mean? It's commutative, as in the order doesn't matter. At least theoretically it doesn't matter. I haven't tested it extensively, so I might just be wrong. Okay, S3, S2. That makes sense. Does it make sense? Yes, it does. S3 and S3. Ah, see this. This is interesting. Well, wait. It's not really that interesting. I mean, it returned in an admittedly jumbled order, but nevertheless the same points. How do I want to handle that? Wait, does it have all the same points? Let me see here. Oh, I know. Here, well, here, let me do this. Let's do equal into set the intersection of S3. Is that equal to, oops, I have to close that. Is that equal to into set of S3 itself? It should be true. It is true. Okay, good. So the problem there is related to the fact that well, technically that does actually ruin I don't know how I want to handle the situation where the polygons are identical, because actually, wait, no, I know what I can do. I can make a is identical already a predicate? It might be. Yes, it is. Right, so this will not work, I don't think. Let's imagine a polygon or a line that's 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Is that identical to the line that's 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 in the closure sense? They are not. But if I were to do this, into set, I think they will be identical. Ooh. Interesting. Why is that? Okay, so that's a set 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. See, I thought they'd be identical because sets are not sorted by default. You need a sorted set. It's a specifically different structure. Okay, so these are not identical? Huh. Okay, there's clearly stuff I'm not understanding. But are they equal? They probably are. True. Okay, so I can't call this identical, but I can do identical polygons, PGA, PGB. And all I have to do here is run equal with into set PGA and into set PGB. So all I'm doing here is exploiting the fact that if the polygons have exactly the same point set, you can put them into sets and then compare those sets, and if they're equal, that means they're effectively the same polygon. Now, this does not cover situations where a human would say those are identical polygons when, so like let's imagine, well, what would be a situation where that would happen? I mean, if a polygon has a point in the middle of a straight line, you could arguably say that they're identical even though they're not in the point sense. So I'm going to call this good enough. And I can use it as a pre-filter here for how do I want to do that though? You know what? I'm gonna have that as a tool, but I'm not gonna bake it into the polygon intersection thing here. I also don't let's not call it naive right now. Let's just call it polygon intersection. And now I'm thinking if I should visually test this. Actually, I have had a thought here. When identical polygons, PGA, PGB, when they're not, when complement, wait a second, let's just do not. When this is not true, then you can run this, otherwise you'd return nil. So this line segment, no, that's the wrong function. I need polygon intersection. Eventually I probably will have to make different intersection algorithms for lines, curves, Bezier, lines, arcs, circles, Bezier curves, anything else, composite polylines and stuff like that. So probably I need to separate this out into its own little section with multi-methods and stuff like that, so I can dispatch on line type. And I might want to explicitly tag line types or come up with a reasonably effective discernment strategy for curves. So something that you could run a calculation over a curve function and know what type of curve it is without knowing or without having the tag. That might be useful. It might be hard to do though, that's the problem. But that's all for the future. For right now, I'm just checking S2 with S2. It should nil. Okay, that's good. That is fantastic. I realize this will basically never happen because it's more likely that you get technically perfectly overlapping things, but you'll have one is, say, it's got 1.0 and another has 1.00001 because of float point issues. But okay, these are all the things I need to fix. I have the idea working, which is really nice, so I think I might try to build a little SVG example illustration in, well, I've got this open. I was going to do animation stuff, so I may as well do a little bit of drawing here. Okay, let's let, well, before I do, well, let's leave the let empty, but let's set up the structure here. Drawing, 2D, 300, 300, scale is 1 is fine with me. And yeah, we're going to thread last some shape, right? Oh yeah, here we'll do it like this. SVG slash polygon of SVG slash, oh no, sorry, F slash regular polygon points. We'll give this thing a radius of 50 and 6 sides. It's a hexagon. And we're just going to svg/style element. Actually, no, we'll just color svg/color, and we'll color it black. That'll just color the lines. Okay, so that's the starting point. Okay, let's save that. Oh, I also have to actually launch the REPL for that. I don't think I have that open. So let's split this here and move the REPL, the forge REPL there, so they're lined up. And here, close that one, and we'll spawn the REPL here, cider jack in. Okay. Okay, did something go wrong, or am I just impatient? Maybe both. I guess I'll use this opportunity to just say, if there's anyone watching right now, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that very much. If you are interested, you can feel free to talk in the chat, ask questions, talk about some projects you're working on, anything like that. It's always fun to engage in the chat. No pressure, of course. If you just want to sit and watch, you know, have this as noise in the background, I'm cool with that too. But feel free. Okay, I must have done something wrong. Okay, that's a little bit silly. Let's do sysman restart. No sysman system. Okay, so cider didn't work on this one. I also I don't know why that didn't launch. It should work. This happens sometimes, and I've never bothered to like dig into what a proper solution would be, because I've always just restarted my Emacs when this becomes an issue. But that's really annoying. I don't like doing that. So maybe I should figure out why it's not launching. It might be because I already have a REPL open, but normally I can launch 2 REPLs, so that shouldn't be it. I don't know. I just don't know. Well, okay. Let's just close it, and well, let me see if this is right. Let's kill this buffer. Yeah, I'll kill it. That's fine. Okay, forge is over there. This is saved and ready to go. Let's do this one more time. Cider jack in to this project now. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'll just restart Emacs, because I know that will fix it, and I'll live my life. If it doesn't fix it, I'll just... No, I already said that. Yeesh. I'm having a day. I'm having a day. Hope everyone else is doing okay, though. Okay. Let me just close Emacs. Yeah, so it looks like it does try to run a server, but it hung maybe? I don't know. launch it again. Just gotta wait. I do think it's almost time for me to build myself kind of a more powerful dev machine. This does the trick a lot of the time, but there are things I don't love. The thing that I hesitate about is, for sure, there are things I can do to make my workflow better, to optimize the computer. Like, it's still, everything still works. So I don't want to get rid of it. But at the same time, is it worth the trouble? I don't know. I'm thinking about it too much. All right, well, let's try to go to the design, HATV. Yeah, ajtv.org file. Let's try this again. There we go. Let's load up the file, source ajtv main.clj. Okay. No such var f centroid. Yeah, that's true. It's true now. Ah, right. Okay, well, now I have to go. Okay, that's in shape. So that function somewhere here. I forget where I put it. Doesn't look like it's anywhere in these. Shouldn't be in that. I thought I don't well, okay, let's just do here we go. This is midpoint. Should fix that, right? I think. Let's try. Well, that's just not true. What happened? How did that happen? I'm allowing myself to get confused today, and it's a little frustrating, but that's okay. I think maybe I have to restart this REPL now because it has to load in the new library definition. There we go. Okay, good news. Good news. Perfect. Okay, so yes, what I'm trying here is to make an SVG that shows successful calculation of intersection points. So what I want to do is make two polygons that overlap each other, and just at the intersections just draw two red circles. So I can do that. I think there must be a way. So if I go here and let PGA be polygon points by 50 by 6. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, I also do need to, let's pop into the namespace so I've got everything going. Let's zip in here. Right, so f/regular polygon points, right, 50 by 6 gets me that. What I actually need let's get the SVG saved and rendering one polygon to start. Gotta keep telling myself to start with the simplest things, because I am tired today and not feeling all that smart today. Wait, what is this function? Or what is this test? Let's save that with the intersections data. Wow, what a mess. I love it. What happened? That's very strange. Let's do that doesn't make a difference. Okay. So there's an order problem with this. Oh no. Not what I need. Yeah, okay. So this color function is not breaking it. It's making it a little easier to read. Oop. Oh, I forget. I had a workflow for doing this in a more automatic fashion, but it wasn't all that robust, so it might be smart to make it robust again. Why is the order of the polygon points wrong? I don't understand that. So what I think I'd like to do instead is actually, oh, wait a second, there's svg/path polygon, right? Takes a set of, and paths, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that actually. I wonder if that'll fix it actually. Let's see. No, it doesn't. It did not. Let's see what's going on. There's nothing there. Why is it empty? Well, intersections. Okay, so the path is there. I'm losing my mind today. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so the SVG generates. Scales 1, the path is there. Inspect element, please. What? Am I just misunderstanding? What did I just do? What? Boy, oh boy. Apologies, everybody, for my incompetence today. I'm a little bit lost at the moment. Inspector. What am I missing here? Did I DOM. I don't want this. I want to see. Yeah, that's the page source. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. Is it? I wonder. Is this a glitch, or am I just not understanding what's happening? Okay, so that works. Whoa, what? Test. Inspect element. Nothing's here. Okay. Let's go. Okay. I wonder if like just looking at files in the browser is not well. I don't know what. I have no idea what is going on with this. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, so here I have a path. I don't see it though, or it's really tiny for some reason. Why might that be? Does it change if I scale it 10 times? Yeah, sorta. Okay, well let's just try. Let's make this bigger. 250. Okay. I'm lost right now. Don't quite understand what's happening. Maybe it's a malformed path. That could be. L has 2. L has a bunch. It should be fine. It looks like it looks like a valid path element here. Right? It's got M is a starting point. L has 1, 2 points. No, 3. Why does it have 3? Ah, there we go. That's why. Okay. So it is malformed because I'm passing into it map take 2 onto this, and that should fix it. Okay, intersections. Okay, there we go. Now it's way too big. Boy, that's something I need to. There we go. Okay, we've got an object on the screen. We're in the money. Whew. Okay, now let's make let's define PGB. You know what? I actually should just for simplicity here. Yeah, let's do this. Def PGA is that. This is just a scratch pad anyway, so I don't need to worry too much about making it all perfect. So PGB is basically going to be the same, but it's going to be transformed with a translate. So to do that, I can actually just do map the function vadd let's move it over 25 and up 20 onto PGA, and I should be able to run that through a similar thing here to get 2 shapes, no dice. Oh, I have to, there we go. There we go. And now let's save that. Oops. Let's give that a look. Okay, there we go. So we can see an intersection point right here and an intersection point right here. So using my new function, I should be able to establish those 2 positions automatically. I points is going to be from forge / polygon intersection PGA PGB. So that should give me 2 points, and so what I should be able to do is here for point in I points, which I should resolve here. No such var. Polygon intersection does not exist. What did I call it? I sure hope I saved it. I believe I did. Polygon intersection. Maybe it's not tangled in there. Ah, it's not. A classic mistake. Tangle source forge proto.cljc. Save it. Print it. Okay. I goofed. Okay, so that's fine. I have to reload this and then load the file again. But I may as well finish this line here. So for point and I points, it's just going to be 2. But for each of those, what I want to do is thread svg/circle of radius 4, I think, through a svg/translate by point, and then svg/color red. Oh, no, it'll have to be style element fill red. Okay, so that should work. Let's see that this is closed off. That's good. Okay, tangle all those. Let's now restart the session to load in the forge, the polygon intersection stuff. Should hopefully work. Okay, it didn't give me any errors, so let's load file and make sure that it is doing what I want. Load file http/http.main. Nope. Main.clj. There we go. Oof. Unable to resolve close path. Yes, of course, there's still some stuff going wrong. Naturally. Where did close path go? Let's lazy today. I assume that it's a bad habit probably. Let's restart this one more time. I'm close. I'm getting close. Yes. Okay, so now what's happening? Probably me being imprecise is starting to catch up with me, which is a good lesson. Okay, so it's very likely that, well, first of all, let me pop into the namespace and go over here. Let's have a look at what PGA actually is. Right? It's it's not even in vector form. Oh yeah. Map V. Here I have to do into. Oh no, I could do. No, that's fine. Vec. Right, that'll fix it. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that was the problem. Let's find out. Because they are. No, it'll probably still break because they're 2D points. I think I do need them to be 3D, yeah. Okay, so here I do need to get a little clever with it. Where is it though? Oh, I do have a function, add z, right in here. Okay, let me go and try that. Let's do polygon intersection of add z of PGA, map, I should say. And map v add z PGB. See if it works. Okay, there's points now. I points. It's empty. I feel like I was so close. I was so close. Okay, so okay, that seems to work. Add z to PGB. Oop. I don't know why this doesn't work. Because they do intersect, right? Is that, let me double check that that's true. Let's go SVG output slash test intersections. Yeah, they intersect. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on with this. It might be related to these sorts of issues where those numbers are pretty small. This shouldn't really make a difference. Yeah. Bummer. Let's try with only 4 points here. Oh wait, what's going on now? What? Didn't I change that? There. Okay. Let's Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I really did think that this would actually work. It's clearly not though. Let's try like small values and see if 5 points works. Nope, still nothing. Could it be? No. Well, shoot. Well, let me check. Let me just sanity check this here. Let's do a polygon intersection between a square and a different square, the ones that I've written manually before, and we'll see if it works the way I would expect. Start at 0, 0, 0, 0, 10, 0, 10, 10, 0, and 0, 10, 0. Okay. 5, 5, 0, 15, 5, 0, 15, 15, 0, and 5, 15, 0. Okay. So it works there, but it doesn't work there. Why might that be? I really don't know. Clojure.repl/source source f/polygon intersection. Let's have a little look, see if we can't make our own fake when not f/identical polygons. So it's not returning nil. That's good at least. Close path, close path. Okay, let's try that now, where we do fake polygon intersection. No. Oh. Nils everywhere. Okay. Gotta be right back. super don't know what's going wrong right now, unfortunately. So I can't totally put together a coherent set of things to do next. So, nope, null, something went wrong. Oh, right. Let me get rid of this for a moment. That should draw. Okay. So here I have two things, and they do have intersections. I know that, visually speaking. So I need to figure out why those points are not being calculated at all. So let me have a look. So if I count this, I should see, I believe 36, right? 6 times 6 is 36 comparisons. Hey, what? I don't want to def I points, I want to count I points. Ugh. Okay, 36. So is that actually correct? Right, so line 1 has to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Line 2 has to check 6. You should not have to check them in the inverse, right? Like you shouldn't have to do the check twice from both sides, because if a line pair intersects, a line pair intersects no matter what, right? I believe so. Oof. What's going on? I don't entirely know. Let's do this. Meant to do this. There we go. So let's now do this. Okay. So I kind of do expect something to not be nil. Let's see. I thought I had an idea, but it scampered away. Let's maybe my generic, like maybe the line function for intersections isn't actually working as well as I thought. So what I want to do now is actually this should also be above the here. Split just to be safe. Paste that. Okay. It's almost getting time for me to go, which is going to be okay because I'm lost. I'm very confused. And confusion's fine, but if you stay confused for too long, you probably need to take a break. Okay, what I'm gonna try to do is make lines instead. That's all I really need to do, and I'm gonna do that by svg slash, oh sorry, actually all I am gonna do is this. I'm just gonna draw them or type them by hand and then put them onto the canvas. I'm gonna make sure these intersect. But I'm going to start this one at 1010, and it's going to go to 200, 200. And this one can start at 50, 50. No, that's not going to be a good idea. Let's do 50, 20, and it'll go to 200 and 100. I think those will intersect. We'll find out soon enough. If I do LA and LB, yeah. Keep forgetting to eval the things I'm making here. They do not. That's my mistake. Okay, so we'll take this one here, of course. This should be only, say, 5, and this should be like 120. So let's try that. There we go. So now there's an intersection point. Let's do def I points 2 is I point, actually, let's just do that, is just line segment intersection from the Forge namespace, LA and LB. Those are the lines I need to care about. Hey, collections must be the same size. Yes, of course. Add Z to LA and add Z to LB. And that oh, yeah. Okay, there's a point there. That's actually a point. That is a good thing. Okay, so for point, I'm just going to cheese it here for a minute. For point in the list I point, draw a red circle. Okay, should be easy enough. Okay, it works. In this case, it works. Why didn't it work for the other? Let's try. Let's swap these. Shouldn't matter. But let's try it. Because I've got nothing to lose really at this point, just messing around. It's not really an intelligent approach per se, but it might let me move forward. Not quite. I do wonder if the I was gonna say maybe the lines generated are incorrect, but I don't think that's the case. Because oh wait, maybe it is the case that they're wrong. Let me see if that makes sense. Okay, so I have let's run a f/regular polygon points 10, 6. Now let's vec take, oh no, I have to do, let's map the vec take 2, map that over the same thing. Does the point order shift? 10, 4.9, -5, 10, blah blah blah. No, it's the same. Okay, so that's not it. Although even that shouldn't matter, right? Oh no, it would matter. It would matter because here I do assume that the list of points have a correct order going in, so that does indeed matter, right? Because you could jumble up a polygon by swapping the points around, or the order of the points even. Right, so I do need the lines to be correct. I wonder if the line segments being generated are not correct. Okay. This also I'm going to swap back because it didn't make a difference. Okay. Here, if I partition this to 1, I get a list of lines. Right. This shouldn't matter, right? If I do this like this, the order should not matter, which I thought I kind of confirmed that. Yeah, nothing changes there. It's the same point. Same point. I'm a little bummed by this. I really thought this would work. And I'm running out of time. Let me do something though. Let me just kind of confirm that this will be accurate if I change things a little bit here. If I go ahead and move this to say 400 and 100, that will move the intersection point. I want to see that it's still accurate. Aha, something. Oh no, it's because I didn't reevaluate this. I goofed. This is not in a dynamic environment, so I'm manually doing everything. Because I honestly thought this would be a little more straightforward than it is. Turns out I was wrong. Ooh, I hate it when that happens. I really do. Okay, there might also be something obvious that I'm missing. Like I might have made an incorrect assumption about the line checks that I have to do, right? I could be missing, I just could be missing something. Although, let me try another thing for a minute. Let me move these a lot more. Still nils across the board. Okay. So this should now be 25, yeah. I have no clue. Okay, what is a good way to try and suss this out? What I need, I'm gonna go back to, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully I have time. Okay, I'm gonna make a 6-pointed, or a hexagon here. Let me draw those, PGA, PGB. Okay. Save that to the file. Okay. I have for sure 2 intersection points. Visually speaking, this and this. I'm going to try and extract this segment and this segment and just run those two segments through the line segment intersection here instead. So I'll go do that. So let's do that by taking def LA, instead of being these, is basically nth of partition 2.1 f/close path, oops, of PGA. Take I don't know, what is it? I think maybe the 5th line. I think that might actually be it. And we'll do LB is the same idea, but from PGB instead. Okay. I think that'll actually work, and then I actually can, okay, got something. And now here I'm gonna go ahead and do LA, LB, and I'm gonna save that, and I hope, oh, there's null. Okay, that's interesting. That's good to know. Okay, point. Okay, let's hide the circle for a minute. Let's see if I have the right lines first of all. Ah, I have the wrong line on B. I need to take probably 4 then. Oops, oops. It's all going sideways. Okay, now I can check without visuals. Still nil? What is going on? Okay, but let's check this. Okay, so there for sure, there should be an intersection here. Why is there not? That is my question. Oh, I wonder if my thing doesn't work with negative numbers yet. That's entirely possible. It is entirely, that's a very it's a very real possibility. Let me map simple thing to do is here, map v this function, which is v plus f/v plus, let's do what? They're only negative a little bit. Let's go plus 100. No, let's do plus 10 and plus 100, like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so map that function over this. Should translate things. Do the same here. I think I'm onto something here. I'm not sure if it's the right thing, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, now if I point is a value, still no. Oof, thought I had it. No negatives there. No negatives there either. I am just confused, just straight up, which is a good place to be because it means I have a lot of thinking to do. I really did think that this setup here, that these would work fine. Let me run f/line segment intersection of this line, kind of this. Let me clean up these values though. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know that that really is, but it could very well be, for all I know. At this point I don't know anything. I'm just spitballing, trying to figure out what I can do next, because I need to figure this out. Really, it shouldn't be that hard. It's just that I'm kind of not thinking it all through, maybe. Yes, I did break something. Where did I go? What did I do? Oh, they're two-dimensional again. Wait a second. It's not just that, is it? Is it just failing silently in a certain spot where it shouldn't be failing silently? Ooh, is that it? I kind of hope not. No. Okay, so instead of mapping this, I want to map which is map v path/floor that'll work, right? If I v floor first from line A, okay, we have nicer numbers. Trying to set this up to test my latest little thought there, which is that my floating point hacks are just not working reliably, which is very likely. Seems entirely reasonable that that would happen. Okay, if this has a value, oof, I seriously thought I was getting close. Oh boy. Okay, no. But if I do this, does it work? It does. Okay. It's related to floating point problems, which makes complete sense. That would also explain why my simple test case where I manually made squares worked. So it works in a very narrow sense. Let's change this to vint, and we'll just cast these to int. That is a function, right? Okay, yes. Vint, vint. There we go. Now we've got a value. Let's try to make this svg output / test with intersections. Okay, there we go. We've got a red point there. Now let me try to map vint over these values here and then get a move on. Okay. Okay. I have to go very soon. This is the last thing I'll do because it's almost time for me to go. Okay, let's do I think this will work directly. Vint is that should make sense, yeah. And then this similarly is just a wrap around vint. See if that makes sense. Okay, I points. Hey, there's values in there. Okay. Now let's make I points not fake polygon intersection, but the real deal. So let's run I points again. Ah, yes. Okay. Now we're cooking. Okay, so for point in I points, there should be 2 points, which I see there. Draw them, but draw instead PGA and PGB. Polygon A, polygon B. There we go. We are on the right track. Now, obviously, there's some big problems because I do not want to have to cast every value to an integer. Especially if I'm working in small domains, right? Like if I have millimeter values, I need 1.5 millimeters. You cannot turn that to an integer and expect people to be happy with that precision. So I absolutely need to come up with an intelligent approach to precise values so that I can get this to work nicely. The only reason this kind of looks fine because I mean there's no reference point, so it'll look okay. But I've got high enough numbers here that the decimal value doesn't mean all that much. If you're working much smaller, it will matter a whole lot more, visually speaking. But I have a good start on polygon intersections, which makes me very happy. Next thing to try is just see if I can get this point to meet and intersect for a minute. So that'll be plus 85 and 0. Let's try that and see what happens. I think it won't work exactly as I expect. I think there will be two. Oh yeah, of course, because I did it wrong. I mean, it does nicely find 2 points, which is exciting. That's a good thing. I thought, what is the radius? 85. Oh, it should actually be double that. It should be 170. This should be just a single point if the world is working perfectly, which, I mean, I know I'm not doing it right. perfectly right anyway. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's 2 points. It's 1 point. Okay, we're actually on the right track, which I'm really happy with. Now, actually, this makes a bit of sense because I am just using integers. A thought did cross my mind to represent with like a fixed precision. I could actually convert every thing into like big ints or something like that, and have some kind of, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have to research good systems for precision numbers and stuff like that, so that'll be a lot of work for another day. In the meantime, I'm actually quite happy with this. Finally figuring out what I was doing wrong, the wrong assumptions I made, the fact that my floating point approach just is not going to work without some serious work. That's very important to know. But I have intersections. It's a great and important next set of functionality, so I'm really pumped about that. Okay, that is fantastic. All right, so that's been actually better work than I thought would happen for me for the day. So I'm just gonna sign off soon, saying I'm happy with the work I did. If you're watching live, thanks for having tuned in. I appreciate that. If you're watching at some other point, maybe on my Twitch channel or on the YouTube VODs channel, please, like it, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Follow my Twitch channel, subscribe on YouTube. I want to get better at this, and I want to grow an audience who is interested in this kind of stuff. So design, engineering, programming, using computers in a visually creative way to make good designs. That's kind of what I would hope, and if there's anyone interested in that who's tuned in and watching this, I'd love to engage, and I'd love for you to be part of the community. So if you're ever seeing this and you're compelled, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.